I have been able to use AI to be a very human help to the human condition, pain and suffering and death of our loved ones and others. AI is basically doing it. You just got it. I'm able to create so much more volume at such a higher quality than I was in the past. Definitely, you have to have tradition and you have to have the human touch. You can't just push a button and get a good product.
Welcome to Mastery Podcast, where we explore the art of living fully, balancing mind, body, spirit, and passion in pursuit of a better world. I am your host, Dr. Sash. Today, we're diving into the fascinating intersection of tradition, cutting-edge technology, and sustainability with our guest, Tim Washburn. Now, Tim is the visionary behind Homemade Media AI and Lovelory Tree Farms, where he masterfully blends the essence of tradition practices with the innovative power of AI, from his unique digital media project like Pocket Podcasts to the strategic development of real estate and agricultural lands. Tim's work epitomizes the symbiosis of technology and tradition. So let's uncover the magic behind his endeavor and to blend the best of tradition practices with the innovations of today's world. Welcome, Tim. It's so nice for you to be here today.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Now, Tim, you balancing a lot of different stuff. You work on your tree farm, the real estate, and you have this fascination with AI. Tim, now you're juggling quite a lot between AI and your real estate and the tree farm. Your fascination with using AI to solve everyday's problem is quite interesting. Can you tell me one of the projects that you work on that like bring some solution to the thing that you are facing with everyday life?
Well, the last book I wrote using AI was on managing dementia due to Alzheimer's or other issues. And it was very helpful to a meeting I went to that was about that, where they were doing research on it.
Right. And you know somebody that is close to you whose parent have Alzheimer, and you also have some relative who have Alzheimer and dementia. So this was really interesting for you, right? You created the book for the caregiver. And how was that experience for you, and how useful was it for you when you wrote that book?
It's very, very useful. I feel like now that everybody is in hospice because we're going to die anyway. So to make things as comfortable and meaningful as possible, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be as helpful and as kind as possible, knowing that it's just a matter of time. And so I have been able to use AI to be a very human help to the human condition of pain and suffering and death of our loved ones and others.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm sure that was therapeutic and it was helpful for that person that you were writing the book for.
That is a good point. I really do love writing a book for one person or about one subject using AI. AI is basically doing it. You just got it. You tell it what to say, and then you edit what it says, and then you feed it back and forth. I'll work on a project till the deadline, redoing it and redoing it and redoing it, and the final draft is just where the deadline was at, and it usually turns out very, very nice.
Good. Now, we know each other for a while. We met while I was working at the hospital, and I know you have always been creative. You create music. You always writing different books and poems and stuff like that. And lately you create this thing called Pocket Podcasts. It's quite innovative. Can you tell us a little bit about Pocket Podcasts?
Yeah, I love to take a word and give it multiple entendres. So pocket, and by pocket I mean literally carrying the equipment in your pocket. there is very high-tech lavalier mics now that will prevent you from clipping so that you can pretty much record very high quality in any environment without distortion. And then the iPhone is an incredible video camera, and with a clip, you can pretty much position it wherever you want so that you can actually do a podcast by a mountain stream.
Wow. That's amazing. We need to talk. You need to tell me a little bit about that because, some people, many of us are out there walking around. We photograph stuff. We want to create this footage for whether it's be memory or creating a podcast, right? I do some documentary sometime, and that would be helpful for me and for, the podcaster out there and just people who want that knowledge and just don't know how to get it. You have this ability to extract amazing information from the AI. And we've been here at the training for 2 days, and you were just spitting out information, and we're like, how did he do that? And that's just amazing what you can do. And what is it about AI that just fascinates you so much?
I'm able to create so much more volume at such a higher quality than I was in the past. Definitely, you have to have tradition and you have to have the human touch. You can't just push a button and get a good product.
Right.
It does offer you a very quick outline or rough draft that you can go back and rewrite and give you a lot of ideas. For example, one thing that seemed to be very helpful was one of the students here was looking for a catchier phrase for her contract management. And all I really did was just ask AI what would be a catchy name for that. And it said contract guardian. And I personally think like everybody is looking for somebody who can make sure that the contract that they're signing is very good.
Right.
So the guardian.
And beautiful. You're able to do that in such a short time. And it takes practice and it takes knowing. It's like driving a car, right? You need to learn how to operate it. And you've been working with this AI long enough that you know what to ask it, and you program it to answer you in a way that it knows you, right? So most of the stuff that it spit out is what you would do, right?
Yeah, it's just the more you put in, the more you'll get out, for
Exactly.
sure. You've got to keep tweaking it and tweaking it and rewriting it and rewriting it.
Right. And then you add the human touch to it.
Right. And it's a lot simpler than it seems. It's almost like you're just texting your best friend who happens to be an expert in anything that you want to know about.
You just happen to treat it as a human, right? Hey.
Yeah.
Can you do this for me? Great. Wonderful. Now, what form of AI has you worked with so far, and what have you created from them?
Well, ChatGPT 4 is the main one, and they've recently gotten to where they can make exquisite illustrations. I'll write some complicated information, and then I'll say, can you illustrate this so that it can explain this better? And it does, and then you got to keep doing it, and you have to, maybe do 50 or 100 and then pick from that 50 or 100 what best illustrates it. But it's worth it. It's still faster than me trying to take a photo that would do that. And I love photography, and I'll always love it, and I'll always take photography. But this is an addition to photography, or to being able to communicate through visuals. Right.
And you create these beautiful pictures that I've seen. There's like tons of beautiful pictures where what do you use? Is it Midjourney or?
I do use Midjourney as well. Lately, I am mainly into the ChatGPT because they've got an aspect called Cosmic Dream. So I'm able to take very depressing or very problematic or troubling issues and able to put a touch of the cosmic dream in there, in perspective that we're all from stardust and we're all returning to stardust. And there is a potential that we are the fabric of the universe and may always be a part of the fabric of the
Absolutely.
universe. Energy never, according to Einstein and in quantum physics and many other things, energy never dies. It goes through a transformation. So AI has been a great help to me in many transformations I've had to go through recently. I'm in a new area of my life after retiring early from a career of 29 years. So it's been very helpful to me when I've got an issue. I say, can you write a book on this? And it'll say, well, you're going to have to give me more information. And so you just keep giving it more information until you get what you want.
So you use it as a tool, like during this transition period, to kind of help you create different stuff. And now for individuals, Tim, looking to merge technology with traditional values in their own ventures, what advice can you offer based on your experiences and success?
I would say to, play your best A game and also relax. And that's why I called it homemade media. I would rather project the image of a mom and pop store than a corporate world organization. When I'm working one-to-one with somebody, I totally believe in complete professionalism. Unfortunately, I am a tree farmer and I work outside, and I'm not used to the professional world as well. So I kind of relax and try to just have a homespun type approach with my business and helping other people overcome issues with AI.
Now, if someone is looking for doing stuff that you're doing and they're in the transition phase and they want to kind of explore this area, can they follow you, or where can people find you?
Yes. The best way currently to reach me would be Homemade Media AI. It's a Facebook page.
And we put it on the screen here and in the description so they can follow you there and see all this creation that you make, which is beautiful. The picture is beautiful and it tells story. And you even did illustrations in books. You wrote books about your cat, the midnight journey. And it's amazing what you can do with that and how creative you are and how much you can create, branding what you experience in your life with the help of AI. And, we can say, this is our robotic friend, right?
Yeah, it was very, very helpful to me emotionally as well. Like recently my cat passed away. And before that, my sister-in-law's dog had passed away. And using AI, I created a book to help you deal with the passing of your pet, because it's a lot different than a passing of a human.
Right.
And then I knew my cat was going to die. So I wrote a book with AI about hospice for a cat. And I had been living in a bubble. It'd been a long time since I had a close loved one die. So it brought back all the pain and suffering of previous deaths I've had to endure, and my own fear of mortality and the fear of the mortality of my current loved ones that are alive. So AI was able to help me with that. And then I was able to comfort my cat. So the last day of its life was, in a way, its best day. Yeah. So that was meaningful to me. I didn't see AI as a impersonal machine. It was more like a collective mind. It almost seems like it's part of the fabric of the universe, because it does have an aspect to it where it literally is called cosmic dream.
Right.
And I've gotten it to write a book called The Secrets of the Universe. And to me, it does imply that there is a soul or a mind of the universe, and
Definitely.
we're all a part of it.
We can go down the wrong rabbit hole in that with me, because I'm all about the connection and oneness and all the stuff. I believe that once you're born, your energy never dies. And actually, if you go a little bit deeper, we were never born. What is never born can never die. And we can go down that rabbit hole. But, that's another topic altogether. Thank you so much, Tim, for being here today, for sharing with us your journey. And I just appreciate you for opening up about, personal story of your cat and your loved ones and stuff like that. And thank you for sharing with us. So your dedication for creating this blending of the innovation with the everyday life, with the tradition it's just, amazing. It's something that a lot of people probably haven't looked at, and they just see AI and they're just afraid of it, right? So thank you so much for that. And to our audience, let's carry forward the idea that tradition and technology can coexist in harmony, propelling us toward a sustainable and inclusive future. And thank you for joining us on Mastery Podcast. I'm Dr. Saz, wishing you inspiration and success on your own path to mastery. Until next time, keep striving and keep thriving.